My people, wonder shall never end. Now, wow. With all of this alleged strange news that we have been hearing every now and then in the palace, wahala deal, wahala, serious one. My people, according to the information, they said everyone in the palace is frightened. Everyone is running helter skelter, as strange things they happen every now and then right there in the palace. And they said this thing, the way it happen, even the king himself is afraid because no one knows the next thing to expect. They say strange things are happening. First, it was Iyemolu water drying up. Hey, they said that one, this is something that have never happened ever since that water started existing. Okay, oh, I don't even know what if they were able to solve that one. Then recently we heard that another one, this Erinle river goddess visited the king with water. They said the king was in his apartment coming out around 4 p.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, only to see water everywhere. They said the water was massive. And then he was shocked. He was surprised because it's like himself have not even experienced things like this. That they started consultation because they believe that everything happens for a reason. They don't believe in coincidence. They said when they went and investigated on how and why this one happened, they said the river goddess of Erinle water is angry and visited the king and have also summoned the king for questioning why a lot of people are going scot-free after doing some abominable acts right there in the palace. They said the goddess was so angry that the king too was frightened over what might be her reaction, you know. So now another alleged information, and is a strange one indeed. I don't know, some time ago we heard, some days back, we heard that Ashley was not happy, that she was in tears over what Kabiyesi did to her during the Olokun festival. As a matter of fact, before the Olokun festival, Kabiyesi tried to deny her her rights of participating in most of these rituals, because from the look of things, these are the things that give her wings to fly. You know, not only her, we heard that Kabiyesi wanted to stop all his wives to participate in that Olokun festival. And before now, they were the ones who usually go to the market, get the items for the festival and prepare for the festival. But they say Kabiyesi went and choose other women from Ile-Ife kingdom, give them money to prepare for that Olokun festival, and that did not go well with the wives. And all of this thing is happening because the king wanted them to leave and they have refused to leave. Some of them said it is over their dead body. So it's an insult on him. But because of his kind heart, he is taking it lightly with them. So before that Olokun festival, these are the things that happened. Then, when Ashley came back from UK for this Olokun festival, they said she first branched to Lagos to go and see Queen Naomi in that Lekki mansion. But she was ignored and locked out after staying and they didn't open the gate for her. She have to drive back to Ile-Ife kingdom. And they said she loved all this their traditional stuff so much. It's not even they said. The way she speaks so highly of their culture and tradition. And that is why a lot of people say that she is Mama Lawo. If you see her in action, where she is doing her sacrifices inside the river, hey, you go drop cap for them. But the only thing that annoys me about this her traditional stuff is, before now, I used to believe that those of them who practice traditional stuff, they don't involve themselves in evil things like planning evil against others. But it be like saying I ain't be their watchword this time. So that is by the way. Now they said before she returned back, she went to Brazil. They said she bought some of these beautiful artifacts, You know, artifacts are those things that are like model. Like this one on the screen is one of them. But they said this one is a strange one. Then she bought a whole lot of them, and they said the thing cost her like millions of naira. And she did it to make the Olokun festival to be colorful, because that day she will present it, and and she was expecting that the king will be happy with her, because this is a way of promoting their culture and tradition. She was expecting that the king will be pleased, as in kind of be happy for what, for, her kind gesture, because to her it is a kind gesture, doing all of that, spending her money and all of that. She get money anyway. So they said, but she was disappointed, because that day the king did not even recognize her, not let alone seen her artifacts and all of that. So she got angry and she had been crying. My people, oh, this time around they said this strange one that got everyone worried is, they said that night, I don't know if it is the same day, but it was after the Solokun festival, a particular artifact was crying, crawling inside the palace and crying. Yeah? As in, they said the kind of noise it was making, that people were worried, as in super worried, such that they have to consult the Ifa priest. They say about 4 of Ifa priests were consulted to go and make inquiries on the artifact that was crying and why it was crying. And they said that when they got there, they were marveled. The reason is because they said the particular artifact that was crying is never seen. They have never seen such artifact in their palace for once. Of course, it doesn't belong to them. It's not their type. It's not the type that, as a matter of fact, that thing, they don't even know who brought it, because it's not the kind of artifact that they keep. It was a strange one. How it enters the palace, no one can tell. And if a priest them that carried out the investigation and the research, how will I put it? Okay, they said they were like, where is this one coming from? But from what they find out that it was brought inside the palace. I don't know the reason. And they say this is a very big deity that can be a deity for a whole town. You know, one of it can take care of a whole town. You know that is what they believe in, and they know powerful ones when they see it. And they say this one, the reason it was crying is because that is not where it's supposed to be. That the possibility that it disappeared and come here is possible, because where it was crying is not where it originally, as in, I don't even know how to put it. It's not where they kept it. Maybe someone brought it and kept it inside the palace. Then it disappeared to that place. You know, imagine artifacts crying and talking. Anyways, this is Africa. Anything is possible. So they said at this point, everyone is afraid that that thing is crying because it wanted to return back to its base. But the question right now is, how did it enter the palace? No one can tell. Is it one of those ones that Ashley bought? No one can tell. Because this thing, they act in a strange way. So right now, they are finding a way how to return it back to the place that it came from. It's not something, it's not something that anyone can pick. Anyways, I want to remind you that these are all alleged information, okay? Always bear that in mind. Thanks for watching. Bye. Love you guys.